Hey everybody! Well, today I thought we'd take a look at another one of these cool marble run wooden model kits. Now this one is by a company called Smartstoy, and I got this on Amazon for $25. So this looks like a pretty simple one, looks similar to the last one I built. This can be used with either solar power or batteries. So let's take a look at what the parts look like. Okay, so there's not much to this. Here we can see the wheels that make the balls go around. You got the geared ones and the smoother ones. This is the actual ramp right here, and it's interesting because you get two of these. So I'm guessing they gave you two in case you break one, because those can be a little bit fragile. And then here we have some side bits. That's the bottom. And another side. So there's just not that many parts to this, which is good. I figured it was going to be a simple one. Here we also have some glue provided, a couple of toothpicks, the ball bearings, or the balls. There is the battery pack, and they actually gave me a battery pack that doesn't have any missing contacts, like the last kit that I put together. There's the motor, some sandpaper. This was a surprise. They actually give you paint. So if you want to paint this, you can paint it. That's really neat. Gives you a brush and everything. I don't know if I'm going to paint mine or not, but it's a nice thing that they provide. That was very cool. I was not expecting that at all. And then there's the solar panel if you choose to make this solar powered. Alright, well I guess I'll go and get started on it. Alright, a couple of things to note here. These parts are not numbered. These little wheels there, it says 1, 22, and 19. So when you're popping them off the pieces here, they're not numbered. So you're going to have to make sure you're putting the right ones in the right spot. So as long as you've got it so that see how the holes have it so that the ball, when the ball goes down inside of these holes right here, you're going to have to make sure that see how it's sloped? You want it to be sloped so that the ball is going to come out this way towards the main area. Because if they're sloped the other way, then they're on improperly. So make sure that the one on this side and the one on this side is correct. If you have them swapped the other way, that slope isn't going to be correct. And you won't know because they're not numbered. And then there's little biscuits that fit in between. Let's see if I can find one. Well, there's one right here. You can kind of see it right there. That's what kind of holds it all together. And then also this part here, there's two of these round pieces, and then there's one on this side. So the one that's got just one fits on the end, and the one that has the two fits on this side. Because you can see that's what it tells you to do. But since those aren't numbered, it's hard to tell. Alright, well, anyway, I hope that helps if you're building this. Alright, here it is all finished now. This went together pretty quick, maybe a couple hours to work on, 3 hours maybe at the most. Once again, with these kind of things you have to do some tweaking to make everything work right. I did accidentally break this spiral, and also I had to do some hot gluing. So now on the bottom here, I just want to show you, I ended up hot gluing this spiral to the frame right here because white glue just wasn't going to do it. You have to kind of fight with it just a little bit to get this on here. You can see how it all is. But I accidentally broke it right down here. See that bottom one? Of course I had to break it. Now they do give you another one of these in case that does happen, but by this time I'd already glued all this on. But here on the back side you can see I hot glued that as well. So I tried it with the white glue, but you know it takes a while for that to dry. And you kind of need it to dry immediately. Otherwise you're going to be fighting with this thing. But other than that, I think that was okay. I did have to do some tweaking. Now, here, let me go ahead and turn this on and I'll show you how this works. Just want to show you the batteries and the motor fits down inside there like that. And if you want to do the solar panel, then you just connect the solar panel instead of the batteries. It's all plug and play, so that makes it nice and easy. Alright, so we just pull this little handle to turn it on, and that gets the balls rolling. You can see they are working just fine. Now I think it's a little better if you kind of split the balls up instead of having them all coming up at the same time. So I'm going to see if I can try to split them up here just a little bit, just to kind of make it a little bit better. Okay, let's see if we can try to... That way it's kind of more of an even flow. Alright, now one of the things I had to tweak on here is down at the bottom. See these little pieces of wood right down in there? What was happening is the balls were getting caught on that little support. And so you can see these two little pieces of wood that I glued right there. And what that does is it helps the balls fold down the hole properly, because they kept getting stuck on that little support right there. So I just clipped off a couple of pieces of extra wood from the sprues and just kind of made a little bit of a mini ramp right there. But you can see they feed in a whole lot better. But this works really good. And another thing I had to tweak a little bit here, hopefully I don't mess these up when I'm turning it. See these little pieces of wood I had to glue right there and right there. That's because they were the balls would bounce off this little ramp and they'd end up down here in this little pit, and it was kind of a pain to get them out of there. Especially if you have the balls not separated and they're all coming down at the same time. It seems like they kept jumping off right here. So I just took some extra pieces of sprue again and just glued them on there. It just kind of gives it a little more height to keep them from falling off. Here's the other side. So you can kind of see how that all looks back there. The motor's a little bit noisy on this one, but you know, it's not that big a deal. It works really good. I do love the spiral action there. But it's actually a very nice little thing. Here's an overhead view of it. So yeah, I mean, I had to mess with this a few times, and you know, I think everybody's build is going to be a little bit different when it comes to this, and you're going to have to figure out what's not working right and then figure out how to fix it, just like how I had to use those little things. And you might have to do something similar where you have to add little pieces of wood in there, but it works pretty much flawlessly once you get everything going. I did also hot glue these supports. Everything else I just used the glue that was provided, but I just hot glued certain things to just make sure they were stronger. But that spiral is very tricky. You have to kind of really push on it to get them to fit inside these little notches right there at the top, and then each little step has a part of the ramp right there. But it works really good once you figure out how to get everything going on it. But yeah, this is really cool. So I really enjoyed this kit. This one was really simple to put together. I decided not to paint it. The only reason I decided not to paint it is because I didn't know if the paint was going to make it malfunction more. You know, the problem is that when you put a layer of paint on there, or two or three, it makes things thicker, and maybe the balls won't come out of there properly, or maybe it makes the wheels stick that gear, and maybe it's going to rub against the edges more. I mean, it's pretty much designed to be the way it is, but I mean, you most certainly can put the paint on there if you'd like. I mean, it would certainly make it look a lot better, that's for sure. But it's pretty cool. I really like it. So I got this on Amazon, like I mentioned, for $25. It was on sale. I don't know how much it is normally. It's probably maybe $30. I'm not really sure. But it's a nice little fun little thing to put together. You can spend a couple hours working on this and have a nice time with it, and it works really good when you're done. Alright, well that's it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to hit the like button, and also subscribe too. I'd very much appreciate that. Oh, one of those just fell off. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a good one.